down. It's going down.
Because this conflict in Ukraine brings me back to this conflict in Ferguson. Deal with poor Mr. Brown, who wouldn't have got shot if he was Mr. White. Or he would have been spoken to differently instead of get the fuck out of the street. He just left out nigger. But did he leave out nigger? Because you can smell it in it if it's used. And so, you know, when you feel that, you respond to it. As a man, I respond to things like that as well. And so, the whole deal about pulling your gun, and everyone knows the deal. When you pull your gun, you better be prepared to use it. Now, when you pull that gun on a young man who's not balanced in mind, body, and soul, who has high melatonin in his skin, which causes a physiological response that's outside of his own control in regard to his own genes that say that you pulled that gun and his fight and flight is now in full adrenal mode. He's got the gun pointed at him. Now he fears death is imminent. He is required by the law of his genetics to respond the way that he is supposed to respond. You pulled the gun on him and you incited whatever his genes have to say. It has nothing to do with what he wants to do. It has to do with the fact that he might start tripping. Well, if you didn't cock and fucking pull your trigger already by having a gun in his face, then maybe a stand down first would be a better way to approach these situations that don't need to become aggressive, because the stance of chaos is not defensiveness. It's openness. So, this is the reason why white cops are killing young black men, is because they're pulling the guns on them. You cannot pull the gun on a young man who does not have a balanced mind, body, and soul. This is why that poor kid in Tarrytown, Pennsylvania, was tasered after he was already restrained in handcuffs. Why? Maybe he was still going a little crazy, but maybe he gave them that look like, I'm gonna kill you. Because he felt like he was in fear of his life. When a man sees that look in another man's eyes, like, I'm gonna get you first. Even an unarmed man looks at you and gives you that look. For some reason, your brain hits a crescendo, but you're locked and loaded. Unless you've got more constitution than a normal man has, you shouldn't be ready with your emotional responses and your fatigue and your disrespect for diversity in your own community that you are paid to serve and protect. Put your guns down and step down off your pedestals. One step off of aggression might help solve this problem. Then realize that the black man's genes are in revenge mode. What happens is if you hold a man back, his DNA springs forward. So the more that you oppress a population, the stronger their genes get. That's why they are faster. That's why they are more agile. That's why they kill us in music. That's why they're killing me in music. That 3DG, that's only coming from the heart of the beat of the soul of the message from heaven. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Now, when you walk the walk and talk the talk, you know what this gun means in your face. It means, nigga, you're gonna die, or I don't give a fuck if you do or don't. So don't pull the trigger on me, because I'll pull the trigger back, because my genes tell me what to do. You don't, Papa. Step off your block, or to get chopped off.
Remember me, Lord, and my troubles get out. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. A slave off in this troublesome world. I gotta get out of here. 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 I gotta get out. Are we new slaves? Is it cause I got Jesus in my new chain? How we get paid? Jesus, tell them how we got game. I wonder if I ever be a fireman instead of praying that I never get fired, man. Coming to America, she pregnant. She can have it.